open the sports page with the Orlando Sentinel and FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi.
On JRR.
All right, there he is. What do you say, Bianchi?
I say the sports page is brought to you by Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. If you want to look good and feel good like the Bulldog while improving your energy level and your sex drive, I can tell you personally that Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness will make you feel like a younger version of yourself. Check them out, hormonesandwellness.com.
Bulldog, a lot of data points to touch upon this morning.
Yeah, let's start with what happened last night, all right? Let's start with baseball. Oh, the Dodgers advanced by beating the Phillies after the Phillies relief pitcher Orion Kerkering made a wild throw past home plate instead of tossing the ball to first. Hey,
let me play the sequence for you here. Here you go.
Okay.
No balls and a strike. Pajes breaks his bat. Kerkering gotta find it. Throws to the plate. Oh my goodness! He throws it away, and the Dodgers win, and they are moving on to the NLCS in a most improbable finish. And your heart breaks for Orion Kerkering.
Oh my God!
Won't live that.
So Orion Kerkering, the ball's hit back to the box. Hits off his glove. He goes to pick it up, and the bases are loaded, so he throws it home mistakenly. If he'd have just turned and tossed it the first inning over, and boom, they go on. But now, they lose. That's only the second time in a game-clinching postseason series that a walk-off error had ended the game.
Wow.
So, bad loss for them. Dodgers move on. Cubs take the Brewers to a deciding fifth game. They beat the Brewers 6-0 last night, so they go to a game 5. Winner of that game takes on the Dodgers in the NLCS. Football last night. What about your boy, Jackson Dart, Taco Bob?
Oh, Dart is just what I thought he'd be.
Yeah, getting it done last night against the Eagles. He ran for a touchdown, threw for a touchdown. He's a rookie, of course. And what about the rookie running back, Cam Scadaboo? Runs for 3 touchdowns last night. The Giants beat the Eagles 34-17. The Eagles were undefeated less than a week ago, and now they've lost 2 straight games.
Somebody texted in just now at 22526 while you were talking about that and said, I need a quote unquote, how'd that taste, Eagles?
How did that taste? How did that taste, Saquon Barkley?
What a rough night to be a Philly pro sports fan, man.
Oh, no question.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So anyway, before we get to the NFL, Sister Jean has passed away. The famous nun who became sort of the face of the Loyola Chicago men's basketball team when they made that Cinderella run to the Final Four in 2018. She passed away yesterday at the age of 106. She lived a good life, no question about it. So rest in peace, Sister Jean. Remember what a star she became back then?
Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah. College kids and adults as well would take pictures with her, and
yeah, unbelievable. Also, another story: Ethan Pritchard, the FSU football player from Sanford Seminole High School, who got shot in the back of the head after the Alabama game in a case of mistaken identity. He'd been in the hospital forever. He actually got moved out of the hospital yesterday. He's alert. He's going to a rehab facility up in Jacksonville. And if there's a video out there when he's getting wheeled out of the hospital, the entire FSU football team is there, like clapping and giving him a hand and all of that.
Taco had a question. I don't know if you'll know the answer to it or not. About
which one?
The FSU player, as he was looked like he was immobilized. Has he lost
some movement?
I don't know. That has not been announced, but he when he was being wheeled out of the hospital, he was in one of those mobile beds,
right?
And all FSU strapped down.
Yeah, he's alert. He can communicate, but they didn't give any details.
Here's my other question. Has anybody looked into what's going to happen to support him and his family during this? Because there has to be huge. I mean, donors do all this stuff with NIL. I would hope that donors are going to step up and help pay for some of the cost. Who covers cost in this when you're a college football player who was, brought in?
I don't know. Another good question.
I hope that people really chip in and help out, because mistaken identity and shot in the back, that's just horrible.
Yeah. So, speaking of college football, big games coming up this weekend. UCF's at Cincinnati. UCF still winless in the Big 12. Their quarterback, Taven Jackson, is banged up. I don't think he's going to play, but we shall see. Since he's playing well, so I don't think UCF's going to win that game either. Florida's at number 5, Texas A&M. Can Billy Napier, the Houdini of the hot seat, do it again and win another big game to try to save his job? I doubt it. I think Texas A&M wins that game. And then Pitt is at Florida State. Florida State's favored by 10.5, but Pitt's been playing pretty well, so watch out for Pitt. I'm picking the Seminoles, but that could be a closer game than people think. Other big games in the nation: Ohio State at number 1 in the nation. They're at number 17, Illinois. Here's the game that's the big national game. I think it's not Oklahoma, Texas in the Red River Shootout. What about number 7 Indiana at number 3 Oregon? Does that game get your goat going?
Hey, Indiana has become quite the story with their coach. So yeah, I mean, here's a real opportunity for them to become a household name.
No question.
Yeah.
Kurt Cignetti is that coach. He's 63 years old, and I tell you what, if the Gators do fire Billy Napier, I might make a call to Kurt Cignetti. I don't care if he's 63, 65. He's a hell of a coach. So, NFL.
By the way, we're going to talk more college football with your buddy Mark Daniels as we huddle up with him in the final hour of the Lynch and Taco show.
Hey, tell Mark Daniels, Lynch, that your sources say that Taven Jackson, the starting quarterback of UCF, is probably not going to play.
I'm sure
See what Daniel says.
Here we go. I'm your source.
NFL. San Francisco at Tampa Bay. Both teams 4-1. That's the big game in the state. Can the Buccaneers keep living on a wing and a prayer and winning in the last seconds? We shall see. San Francisco is banged up, but Tampa Bay is still banged up as well. We'll see who wins that game. Baker Mayfield, by the way, if there were an MVP right now, I'd vote Baker Mayfield as the MVP of the league. My Jags, can they stay hot? They have Seattle coming to town. Both those teams are good as well. Sam Darnold playing well for Seattle. They're coming into Duval this weekend. So hopefully the Jags can keep it going against the Seahawks. Your pathetic Dolphins, they host the LA Chargers. Chargers are banged up. They're down to like their 3rd team running back. But they're still good enough to beat your Dolphins, don't you think, Lynch?
Probably.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Big games in the league. Detroit at Kansas City, I think, is the premier game. The Meatheads against the Chiefs. Can the Meatheads win that game in Kansas City? I hope so. I'd like to see the Chiefs go down the toilet because I don't want my Jags having to compete with them. Rams at Baltimore doesn't really do anything for me. All the other games are sort of in the NFL. Any of the games interest you guys?
I think you covered the bulk of them there. We do have, let's see, we've got Orlando City in action tomorrow, Vancouver, right?
Orlando City hosting Vancouver. The Pride tonight, they host Portland, so getting near the regular season for both of those teams. Hopefully they can both keep winning for playoff positioning because they're both in the playoffs.
The lights are out at the F1 desk, by the way, this weekend.
Literally out. They're off, before Austin next weekend. The Lightning lose their NHL season opener last night. And then let's see what we got. NASCAR. NASCAR is at Vegas on Sunday afternoon.
That's right. The next round of the playoffs begin. We're down to 8 drivers now. I'm picking Kyle Larson.
As we knew, Mike the Bulldonkey. Mike the Bulldonkey.
The Bulldonkey?
Yeah.
And going back to your sponsor this morning, I guess. Anyway, you can hear him with Game On with Brandon Kravitz weekday afternoons starting at 3 on FM 96.9 The Game.
Happy birthday to the great David Lee Roth. Panama. Oh.
Lynch and